Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to graph a piecewise function on your TI-84. I believe this will also work on your 83. Now this is kind of an old-fashioned way. There's a newer method for people that may have just purchased a TI-84. So I'll put up two videos, or I'll put up another video besides this one. So this is the old way to do things. So let's go ahead and let's see, actually I should do second quit, and this is my main screen. So if I want to graph a function, I'm going to go to y equals, and so we're doing problem number 3 on the notes for piecewise functions. This is in section 2.1, and so here we want to put in x plus 2 for x less than or equal to -1. Now we have to put x plus 2 in parentheses, so parentheses, this is our variable button here, so x plus 2 into parentheses, and then we basically use what's called the test feature on the calculator, and in order to do that we're going to put that in parentheses. So for x less than or equal to -1, we'll hit x, and then we'll do second test, and see the less than or equal is number 6, and we want to do -1. Now this is our -1 button here, or negative button, so -1 and then into parentheses, and so that's how we put in the first piece, and then we put in a plus, and then the second function is x squared, so in parentheses we'll put x squared. Now you can use this button or you can use the exponent button, either one will work, and into parentheses, and our test here, x is, now we have to be careful, this is what's called a compound inequality. If you read backwards, the left part is x is greater than -1, and so we're going to put in x and then second test to put in the greater than, that's option 3, and that would be -1. And then into parentheses, and then we also need, unfortunately we have to do it 2 times. Now we want x is less than 2, and so we'll choose x, second test, less than is option 5, so we need a 2 here and parentheses. And so now we've taken care of the second part. So here we have x is greater than -1 and x is less than 2, and then plus, and then the last piece is y equals 5, so it's just going to be 5. Actually, I need to put that in parentheses. So 5 in parentheses, we're really putting in y equals 5, and our test is x is greater or equal to 2. So parentheses x, second test, greater or equal is option 4, and we want to be greater or equal to 2, and then parentheses here. So let's go ahead and hit graph. Now I don't know if it'll graph, you may have to go to zoom first, and you can do zoom standard or zoom decimal. Let's go ahead and use zoom standard here, that's option 6. If you can fit zoom decimal on there, that's not bad either. Alright, so there's our graph. Now right here there's a gap. In fact, on your calculator it's possible that they're trying to connect this point to that point there. So if that's the case, let me show you what you ought to do. You want to go to math, or I said that wrong, you want to go to mode. And then you'll notice down here where it says thick, we want to go down and choose dot. And so now when we click on graph, Actually, it didn't change it. We'll have to go ahead and click on y equals and then graph. That doesn't really look much different. I guess it is dotted here. The main thing is, remember, from -1 to 2, that's this x squared part. At -1, we're not including that point. However, for this line y equals x plus 2, at -1, -1 plus 2, that's 1, there is a point. But up here, on this piece of the parabola, where x is less than 2, so right at 2, there's actually going to be an open circle here. And then since the graph picks up here at x equals 2, that's the piece where y equals 5, that's going to be a solid dot. So up here you have a solid dot, and here you have an open circle. All right, now I'll tell you there's several ways to do these graphs, or I've seen a few ways, but this is the way that I've seen most commonly. And like I said, if you have a new calculator, you might have the piecewise function under your math menu, and you can check out that other video if you do. All right, that's it for this video.